Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to our live show. I am Fabiana Claure, pianist and business strategist for musicians. I'm the founder and CEO of the Musicians Profit Umbrella, a global business mentorship program where we help musicians go from being overworked, burned out, and under earning to creating thriving careers in music, no longer having to trade time for money, and building unlimited financial potential in the way they get to work, live, and play. Thank you for joining me today to discuss one of the topics that is near and dear to my heart, which is how, we can focus on the number one most powerful thing in our music careers to succeed. Let me know where you are joining me from. Say hello if you're joining me live. Hi, Brunilda. Good to see you from Orlando, Florida. Fantastic. Fantastic. Welcome. Let me know where you're watching me from today. I always like to say hello to those of you who are joining me live. So, who is ready to discuss the most powerful thing that you can do in your music career to succeed? Say ready in the comments. Yes. Welcome, everyone. Keep coming in. I'm seeing where people are joining our live today. Welcome. Okay. So here it is. As I was thinking about this topic, I'm like, there's so many things that are important. But here's the number one thing that if I were to really distill it and simplify it in the most concise way, I'm going to give a little bit of background in why the topic that I'm going to discuss with you today is the one that I chose. You see, oftentimes I have conversations with musicians around the world that are in a place of being stuck for whatever reason. They're either financially stuck or they're stuck from a standpoint of just time management. They're stuck because they may have tried many different things in their career and their businesses, and they're still not seeing results. Or they may have perhaps invested in other resources and mentorship and programs, maybe signed up to get a college degree, a university degree, and they've done all of this effort trying to succeed only to find themselves burned out, frustrated, and overworked, right? So, one of the things that, the most powerful thing that I think as musicians we need to be looking for is how can we create a working model that removes our dependency on time? How can we create a way to be able to earn money? You may have heard the term passive income. What is this idea of passive income? Is it really possible for musicians? And how can we, as creatives who are used to performing at a certain space, being on stage, traveling, getting on our planes, cars, etc., in order to be someplace to perform and earn money through performances or through teaching, right? How can we be, looking for income opportunities when we are having to be face to face in front of our students all the time? And if we want to take some time off, for example, we want to go on vacation or things like that, then we have to either factor that into our yearly tuition, right, as a period of time where we will effectively not be generating any income, right, or simply lose the income altogether, right? Most musicians build their entire careers with this notion that the only way to grow their business and to earn income is by putting more hours into the way they work, either by growing their studios with more students, teaching more hours in the day, or by getting more performances, finding more gigs, more venues to perform at, or trying to distribute more of their music. It's about more. That's how musicians envision, in my experience, envision this idea of growth. And so, what I want to share with you today is one of the most powerful concepts that when you start understanding this, you are going to see your career in music completely differently. You're going to realize that your definition of success in many ways was very limited to what is familiar, to what you've seen other musicians do. And that in fact, there are better ways to do this that don't have to limit you in trading your time for money. The most powerful thing that you can do in your music career to stand out, to succeed right now, is remove your limitations, your dependency on time for money. Meaning, you should not be required to be in front of your clients in order to earn income. You should not be depending on being on stage in order to earn income. All of those things you can choose to do on your own terms, but you should create a way to make your own online business, your online presence, your collective experience Make money because of your knowledge, not because of your time. What does this mean? You all have right now, as you're watching this video, you have experience, you have expertise, you have gifts, you have lessons that you have learned from things you've had to overcome in your life. And yet you are not monetizing those because you are limited to trading time for money. You are limited to teaching one-to-one lessons. You are limited to performing and earning only based on the gigging income. You are limited to when is this next opportunity going to fall on your plate in order for you to earn income. You're limited to someone giving you that opportunity to earn instead of you claiming it for yourself and building your own financial engine that works while you sleep, that works while you perform, that works for you while you travel, right? You know, last week I was able to spend 9 days traveling across the country with my family. We rented an RV. It was an adventure. We had never done something like that. And my business didn't just continue going without me, it thrived. Why? Because I have created a model that does not require me to be there all the time for it to create and produce income and to deliver results and experiences and transformation for my clients. So when you start seeing your potential as a musician from a place of what if you could package your knowledge and monetize the access to that experience, that proprietary intellectual property, so to speak, that framework, the way you know how to overcome obstacles, what if you could monetize that, where you could potentially access and give people your ideas, your guidance, an overview of how they could implement all of that? What if you could use that instead of having to be in front of your clients in order for them to get results, having to be on stage? When you are able to remove your dependency to trading your time for money, and instead you can create an online way of serving, whether it's mentorship, whether it's simple consultancy. And it's not like you're only going to do that for the rest of your life. I realize, like, I'm a pianist myself. I want to continue performing, but I don't want to depend on my performing income in order to make my living. Do you see what I'm saying? You can still do all those things. You can teach things in person. You can do things one-on-one if you want to. You can perform, you can travel, but you're not depending on that income, because that's when it gets sticky. That's when it gets tricky. When you're having to depend on the time for money income trade versus building your own brand umbrella, your own way of serving people without any geographic limitations, without any time constraints, without any physical limitations. You can be traveling and you can still serve your clients. You can have many clients work with you at the same time. It won't mean you need to add more hours for you to deliver those services. You can group your clients. You can monetize your knowledge. You can download your experience and pre-record it and give people access to that. There's so many ways that you can productize your knowledge so that people can access that versus your time. So today's training is really all about that. How can you monetize your knowledge instead of having to continue trading your time? The most powerful thing you can do as a musician to succeed in your music career is build a way to create income that doesn't rely on your time anymore, where you can document your knowledge and you can create incredible transformation for your clients, but not at the expense of your quality of life, not at the expense of your time, not at the expense of you having to, sacrifice time with your loved ones, right? Time with your artistry, whatever it is that you want to do. You should be able to do that without having to be depending on trading time for money. So let me know what is coming up for you as I'm sharing this. Is this something you've been thinking about so far? Is this a brand new concept? Are you wondering, Fabiana, but how? How can we do this? How is it possible for musicians to not have to be trading time for money? What can we do to earn more and actually work less? Well, my friends, I'm here to extend you a very special invitation, because next week I am going to be walking you through my proprietary 5-step framework on how you can stop trading time for money and you can start building a business, an online way of serving your clients, where you can be traveling and your clients can get results. You can be in front of them and they get results. You cannot be in front of them and they get results. Your earning potential is completely unlimited, and you can actually earn more money while working less hours and enjoying more of your quality of life, whatever that looks like for you. Whether it's time with your family, whether it's time with your art, with your music, with your craft, time to travel, tend to just take care of yourself. Who's ready to start taking care of yourselves? Who's ready to start taking care of the most important asset in your business, which is you? If you are ready to create a business and optimize the way you work so that you have time to take care of yourself and be able to take care of those around you and not continue being burned out and overwhelmed and strapped on time, I would invite you to join me, because again, this is a framework that I have used not only in my own experience and career throughout the last 20 years, putting together everything from being a pianist, an educator, university educator, entrepreneur, a business strategist for musicians, but also helping hundreds of musicians do this very thing. People like Dawson White, who went from working 60 to 70 hours a week, bringing that down to 20 to 30 hours while charging $5,000 for his one client. $5,000 for one client. Think about that, right? So I want to encourage you to join me. Join me next week. Sign up if you haven't yet. Register through this website, Musicians Profit Masterclass. And together, I'm going to show you the strategies and how you can now start focusing on the most powerful thing you can do for your music career to succeed. Thank you, everyone, for watching, and let's prosper together. Sign up down there, musiciansprofitmasterclass.com. Go. See you soon.